Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Twelfth Night and we got to hear from Fabian today in Act 3, Scene 2. So Fabian is another one of the clowns that has joined in on the plot to humiliate Malvolio in front of Olivia, where Mariah wrote a letter basically imitating Olivia's handwriting perfectly and left it somewhere where Malvolio would find it. And in that letter said that Olivia loved the color yellow and thought the cross-gartered stockings were the best way to wear stockings and loved it when her love, M-A-O-I, smiles all the time. So Malvolio took this to mean that he needs to wear yellow stockings that are cross-gartered and needs to smile all the time. And all the rest of the clowns are laughing because they know that all of that stuff irritates Olivia to no end. She hates yellow. She thinks cross-gartered stockings are ridiculous. And she thinks that Malvolio's smile is weird. So we've got all that going on, and that's who Fabian is. But also important to remember in this whole clown dynamic is that Sir Toby Belch has been trying to keep Sir Andrew Aguecheek around, encouraging him to continue to try to woo Olivia, in large part because Sir Andrew has a lot of money and pays for the drinks when they go out. So Fabian is also on Sir Toby Belch's side in that respect. He wants Fabian to stick around longer because because Andrew pays for stuff and they still want to have access to his money. But then on the what has most recently happened, Cesario Viola, being Orsino's favorite attendant, has been sent yet again to try to woo Olivia after Olivia sent the whole ring, and then there was the return of the ring. The return of the ring. Cesario has been sent once again to visit Olivia and found Olivia yesterday when all the clowns were around and they were sort of, pushed out of the garden while Olivia and Viola talked. And Olivia confessed her love for Cesario, and Cesario Viola said, "I don't love women. I will never love a woman. And by the way, you don't have anything else to say to my master Orsino?" And Olivia was like, "No, but if you come again tomorrow, I might change my mind." Is sort of how Act 3, Scene 1 ended. But Act 3, Scene 2, we get to check in with the clowns who were just sort of kicked over there. So they could actually watch this whole thing that was going on, and that's how the scene starts, is Sir Andrew, who's been trying to woo Olivia, watched that whole thing and saw Olivia throwing herself at Cesario and is like, "That's it, I'm leaving. I have no shot here. It's pointless for me to continue to stick around because, you all saw that too. She was all over the serving man. This is ridiculous. I don't want her anymore." And Sir Toby Belch and Fabian want him to stay, so they're like, no. That was all a show for your sake on Olivia's part. And Sir Andrew's like, "What are you even talking about?" And Fabian says, "She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy." So what he's saying is this was all to make you jealous. The whole thing was put on to make you jealous. And since it did make you jealous, you should have gone in there immediately and said something to her and then beaten the crap out of Cesario to show that you're a strong man. But since you did neither of those things, you are now going to be friend-zoned until you do something to redeem that, either by beating up Cesario or by some diplomatic means. And Sir Andrew is like, "Yeah, it's not going to be by policy. It's going to have to be by valor." So they all decide that Sir Andrew needs to go write a letter to Cesario challenging him to a duel, and they'll take a look at it and make sure that it's all worded right, but it has to be, it's a strong, great letter. So Sir Andrew goes off to do that, to be able to issue the challenge, and Sir Toby Belch and Fabian are like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so much fun to like watch the two of them try to duel. Like, come on, Cesario versus Sir Andrew, it's going to be ridiculous. And then Mariah comes in and just sort of busting a gut laughing. She's like, y'all, you have to come see this. You have to come see Malvolio. He has the stockings. He has the cross garters. He's smiling like an idiot. You have to come and see this. And they're like, okay, yeah, let's go see that. And that is the end of Act 3, Scene 2. So yeah, more silliness to come, and now a possible duel too. Fun stuff still ahead. Come on back tomorrow for more. I'll see you then. Mwah.